I am meditating. Just another change in perspective. We always say, I am not broken, I am God, I am complete, I am perfect. God already knows what it is to be complete, and yet it chose to break itself apart into separate pieces. So one could say God has broken itself, and we are experiencing the brokenness of the oneness, the loaf broken into many pieces. And like I say, even though the pieces of the loaf have the same ingredients, it's a broken loaf for the purpose of experiencing brokenness or separateness. It may be illusion, but it's not illusion in this present moment. We are here in the broken or separated aspect of God, because if we were not meant to be here and experiencing the broken pieces of the loaf, we would still be in the void as one piece together, right? So let's change perspectives and rearrange the wording, the use of our words. Maybe we are broken, and there is purpose to the brokenness, to the individuation, because oneness is boring. Oneness, singularity is boring. And while I had to espouse singularity for a while, the consciousness of singularity, I needed that to give my broken, fragmented consciousness some space, and it allowed me to feel the broken pieces safely. But now I don't see this individuation or brokenness as a detriment. I see it as a positive, because we can only experience love in a broken state, right? A complete, perfected, whole state of being doesn't require love. It requires nothing. But again, that's like us spending an entire day in a white painted room with nothing in it, requiring nothing. It gets dull. It gets dull and boring. So maybe God consciousness felt bored out of its wits and wants to experience brokenness. So maybe it's appropriate to say I am broken, fragmented, individuated. My consciousness has been scattered like fragments of bread. Maybe that's appropriate. The main thing is, if we can gain awareness, enough awareness to no longer be afraid of what it is, to no longer feel like we have to alter ourselves to be perfect. What if this brokenness is perfection, right? Just a different perspective, shifting the angle a little bit. I'm not saying chronic pain is beautiful, but in and of itself, it's a unique experience to feel our bodies. Sometimes we might be so numb in our soul, in our psyche, that the physical body has to break in order for us to regain the ability to feel. Sometimes our body has to deliver it to us through physical pain. And it's basically saying, start feeling, damn it. Don't be like a dead nail in a wall. Start feeling. Start recognizing that I am a living organism. Right? So, while not pleasant, everything is uniquely purposeful. And feeling, this is my opinion, but feeling is what makes life worth living. The other day, I listened to the radio program on CBC, and it's called The Debaters. It airs on Sundays. I think it's Sundays. Is it just before noon? I can't remember now. Anyways, a radio program, The Debaters. It's a comedy thing. And they were debating the positive and negative purpose of grudges, holding grudges. And one of the debaters made some really astounding observations. If it wasn't for holding grudges, we wouldn't have innovation, because someone that's holding a grudge always wants to be better than the asshole, right? That hurt us. And so holding a grudge, he says, is responsible for innovation and moving our creativity forward. Holding grudges is responsible for Microsoft and Apple coming into being, you know. So even holding a grudge can have a positive purpose. It keeps us motivated. It keeps us competitive and moves our creativity forward. So you can see a positive in everything. I guess that's my point. And we can also see positivity in brokenness. And so don't be afraid to say, I'm broken. Don't bypass and say, and don't be afraid to add an adjective behind your I am. Okay? If you're just I am, you're nothing. Define it just for the experience. Of course, you have your awareness that you are I am. But in order to have the juicy experience, you have to define yourself by it. And then you can, in your awake state, it makes it a lot more fun. You can say, I am broken, right? And then you fully experience with awareness what it is like to feel broken, right? You can turn it into a conscious game, and it can be a lot more fun than, of course, when we live through it unconsciously, and it's only pain. But be conscious, and don't be afraid to add those adjectives behind the I am, right? So I am sweating right now. I'm experiencing the joys of sweating. Anyways, I gotta get back to these potatoes, and I'll talk to you again soon.